How's it going, fellow gamers? ChaosEclipse here. We are back on Ark Survival Evolved. I know I've been switching it up a lot lately. Of course, you know, anyone who is here for No Man's Sky, you guys have been getting your daily dose. This is videos that are being posted kind of midway through the day. So if you're seeing this one, I do post also at 7 a.m. in the morning, my time, which is Central Standard Time, US, because I am out of Texas. For those of you that didn't know. So, with that being said, today we're just going to do a quick short video. We are looking at making Rockwell, what is it? Medical brew? Yeah, medical brew using a Rockwell recipe. So one of the things that we need is we need tinto berries, which is this right here. I think I pulled most of them out. We're going to go ahead and grab the little bit that are in there. We're going to grab, I don't think they're going to be in there. They're going to be in the refrigerator. So we're going to grab all the tinto berries that are in here. You can see that we already have made some. I think I went over this before, but it has been a while. And if you guys are new to the game, obviously, you don't really know how to make these. You don't need the recipe. Just because I have the recipe, you do not need it. But it does help to have it. And then I also want to go over how the notes are written out with the recipe anyway. So you need as many tinto berries as possible. The next thing we're going to need is we're going to need narcotic. So narcotic, we actually have a ton of that as well. I don't know why I crouched right there. I think I'm just trying to run and I was already running. Narcotic, charcoal, saddles, narcotics. Here we go. So we're just going to grab a few stacks of these. Doesn't matter how many at the moment. And then the last thing that we need is we are going to need hide. Now it doesn't say it needs hide or anything, but it does say submerge in water. So the reason that we need hide is because, and we're going to try it both ways here for anyone who is not new and they're like, you could have done it easier way. So we're going to try both ways here. So we're going to grab some hide here because we're going to make a few oh, what are they called? The thingies. You guys know. These water skins. So we need hide and we need fiber. So I believe fiber is under our building materials, which, where are our building materials? Hide, miscellaneous, building material. Fiber. Perfect. So we're going to make just 3 of these real quick. 1, 2, 3. Looks like we can make 72 of them. We are not making all 72 of those. I do not need my stuff being wasted on stuff like this. And the reason why I'm doing this video instead of actually going out and doing something, because you guys can tell it is nighttime, but we do have our lights here. So we're going to try to stay where it is at least kind of bright for you guys, because to me, I can see everything perfectly clear. I don't even know if you guys can see that tree line, because I do know that YouTube kind of makes it a lot darker, and it also does not give the same quality. We are actually playing on the PS5, which it is only a PS4 game, but I will say on the PS5 it looks absolutely amazing compared to the PS4. Don't get me wrong, PS4 looks pretty great too for this game, but the PS5 has outdone itself. I can't wait until they actually redo this in the Unreal 5 engine and do make it for the PS5 directly. I don't know if I want to buy that or not yet, because I do know you have to pay. From what they're saying, we're going to have to pay full price for that game again, but we'll see what happens. So once you have everything, there is one more thing that we need to do here. So we need, and actually we're going to take out the wood. I will explain that in a second. We're going to take out the charcoal. We're going to go grab some thatch. And we're going to fill up the water skins that we just made. So back to our building supplies here, building material. Grab our thatch here. Just a couple of those. We'll put the fiber back. We don't need the charcoal, so we'll put charcoal in here. And since we grabbed the wood, we can actually put that back in here. We can put, nope, the hide back in here, and then we can move forward with that. I'll even get rid of that. So this is basically everything you need right here. And then we need to fill up these these water things real quick. So let's go in here, throw these in here. They should fill up automatically, and then we'll just take them back to our inventory. I'll want to take all items, come out of there. Now we're going to go back up to the cooking pot. So this is what I mean. You can actually use a cooking pot. You may or may not be able to use the industrial cooker. Now, for those of you who are more experienced than me, you guys already know off the top of your head what you can and can't do. For me, I honestly don't remember if you can use the industrial cooker. So right now you guys can see here that I do have the industrial cooker sitting on this pipe here, which should automatically be giving it water. You can see there it is irrigated. So with the industrial cooker, you don't have to have the water skins. But if we take a look here, first things first, we need to read over the recipe. So it says we need 2 handfuls of tinnoberries, a half a dollop of narcotic, submerge it in water and cook in a cooking pot. So that's why I said we have to at least try the cooking pot, because I don't know if it's going to work in an industrial cooker. Some things do work in an industrial cooker, some don't. Industrial cooker is more for like cooking mass amounts of things, where the cooking pot is definitely helpful. But I don't know, it's weird anyway, because we have the industrial cooker here, and it should work like this, but it doesn't always do it. And then we also do have an industrial grill, which this is what you would use for meat. So it's weird. Anyway, so with the recipe here, first thing that probably threw everyone off if you are new, everyone's like, what's 2 handfuls and what is a half a dollop? So I want to go over something else. I don't have it on me right now. Eventually you can find something called Notes on Rockwell Recipes. It does give the measurements for the different types of measurements they use here. So handful, dollop, things like that. So in this note, it says, and I have this pulled up because there's no way I remember this myself even, but it says a serving of meat, because that is another measurement it'll use. It'll say like 3 servings of meat or something like that. Or I wouldn't even say 3, because that might throw you guys off. If it says like 5 servings of meat. So it says, when it says a serving of meat, that means it needs 3 meat. So what that means is per serving of meat, you need 3 meat. So if it says you need 5 servings of meat, that means you need 15. Like I said, it's dumb. I don't agree with it. I'm just letting you guys know that's how it is. So that is a serving of meat. A handful, so we have the handful of the tinnoberries. A handful is actually 10 berries. So for 2 handfuls, obviously that's going to be 20 berries. So we need 2 handfuls of tinnoberries. So like I said, 20 berries just to make 1 medical brew. And then a half a dollop of narcotic. A dollop is actually 4. So if we need a half a dollop, that means we need 2 narcotic. So basically we need 20 berries, 2 narcotic. We still need to submerge it in water, so that's going to take 1 water skin, and then we need to cook it. The reason why I got the thatch instead of the wood is because when you are making these recipes, you can also craft what is it called, dye. Like you can actually make dye in the game. You can actually craft different colors of dye and everything like that. If you are doing the wood, eventually the wood, as you know, turns into charcoal. That charcoal may end up turning things you're doing into dye, because charcoal is one of the things that's used for dye. So if you end up doing that, it will turn it into dye, especially if the right measurements aren't used. So we're going to go ahead and do that. That is technically the bare minimum that we need in there. We need the 1 water skin. We need, it just destroyed 1. We need 20 narco berries, and we need 2 dollops. So let's go ahead and cook this. And you'll have to wait a minute. It can take a little bit. So we're just going to wait a bit here and make sure that it actually does process. Bear with me here, guys. Like I said, it can take a bit. And it shouldn't need the recipe in there. I know it used to back in the day, but I don't think it needs it anymore. So we'll try it without it. If it does not go by the time that that gets to like 185 for the thatch, there we go. So there we go. We have the medical brew. Now be careful crafting these, guys. They are they have a spoil timer, as you can see. So if we take that, we can put it here in this refrigerator. So it's going to go from 2 hours. Keep in mind, my stats are different on my server. It's going to stay good for, what is that, like 8 days? So that's seconds, minutes, hours, days. Yeah, so 8 days, 7 hours, 29 minutes, and 40 seconds, basically. So that's how long that will stay good for. Now, we're going to try the same exact recipe in the cooker here, except we're not going to use the water skin because, like I said, this already has water in it. So we're going to go ahead and do 20 of these bad boys. And then 2 of these. And we don't even need the thatch, do we? We need gasoline. Oh no. I'm going to steal one of you guys. Thank you. Whoops. 1 gasoline. And go ahead and turn that on. So that should be all we need in there for that. Look at that. And that cooks extremely fast. So now let's test something else out. Let's go ahead and turn that off, which kind of wastes our gasoline, but whatever. We'll go ahead and grab one other one. We'll go back in here. We will throw the gasoline back in here. And we're going to do 3 stacks and 3 stacks. And we're going to turn it on not to cook the entire amount, but we're going to see how fast the cooker here cooks it for. So we're going to turn it on, and it should do multiple ones at one time. It won't do just one. It should do like 3 or something like that. It might do 1, but it'll probably be very fast. So let's check it out. So there you go. It does do 1 at a time, but it is going to be a lot quicker. So that is that, guys. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Let's go ahead and take everything out of there. Now, if we come back over here to this bad boy, we're going to throw back in the water skins. I threw in 2 of them because I want to see about cooking multiple ones in here. We're going to throw in more of those, and we don't need anything else in there. Let's go ahead and light that fire. Of course, this one is going to take longer like it did before. Let's go ahead and grab the empty water skin out of there because I'm going to go ahead and fill that back up anyway. Actually, we can probably just click on it now since it's raining. It's not working. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let those cook. It's probably going to be one done here in a second, but I want them both to cook. So let's go ahead and take the other water skin here. And I'm going to go grab some wood. That way I can show you guys what I was talking about with the wood. Actually, we won't even take wood. Yeah, we will. That way you guys can see the full process here. I was just going to grab charcoal, but I don't want you guys to think, oh, well, you said you were going to do it with wood, and you do it with charcoal. So we're going to do it with wood. We'll let the wood turn into charcoal, and you guys can see how it kind of progresses from there. So there's 2 of them. Go ahead and take that out. We're going to leave everything else in there. It did stop raining, so we are going to have to come down here and get water out of our garden here. No, I didn't mean to drink that. Okay, got all of those. We're going to go back this way. And make sure, like I said, that you only have the stuff that you need in the cooking pot. Just go ahead and throw all 3 of them in there. Throw more of those, and instead we're going to use wood to cook it. Well, I can't because it's full. Take that out, throw the wood in there, and we're going to go ahead and hit light fire. So the first 1 or 2 might be right, but if we have charcoal on that 3rd one, it may actually do a dye instead, but that's what we're going to find out. Because like I said, I have tried crafting stuff like this before, and if you're not using something that doesn't use the wood, then you are going to run into that issue where it's going to read the charcoal instead of the wood being used for cooking, and it might actually turn it into a dye instead. So we're going to go ahead and test this here for you guys. So there's 1. Still no, oh, there's the charcoal. So there is charcoal already in here. Now keep in mind, if the dye requires more than 1 charcoal, it's probably still going to do a medical brew. But after we get 2 charcoal, if whatever dye it's thinking of requires 2 charcoal, it might actually turn it into a dye instead of making that 3rd medical brew. So I just want to make sure that you guys are not wasting your materials by doing stuff like this. Okay, so that is good. And let's see if we can get a third one off without it doing anything with the dye instead. Nope, there we go. See, so it did not make the third one, but it did end up using the charcoal and it made red coloring. Now technically we still have enough wood in here, and obviously it needs 2 charcoal, but we did waste a lot of tinto berries by making 5 red dye. So that's what I was talking about. You guys just need to be careful. If you are doing it with wood, if that's the only way you guys can do it, make sure what you guys are doing is putting the exact right amount in there, because if you have only the 20 tinto berries and only the 2 narco berries or narcotic, it will end up doing the medical brew even if you have enough charcoal, because it's reading the amount of stuff that's in there. Oh, and it's going to make another dye instead because it did not make the medical brew first. Bet you anything. It's going to go 10 red coloring instead of a 3rd medical brew. Oh, you know what? There's actually no more water in there. It used the last water to make the dye here. So from here on out, it will keep making dye. So let's go ahead and stop that now. So yeah, so be careful with that too. I had just noticed that it did end up taking the last water skin. So the fact that there's no more water as well, it would have ended up making another dye for sure. So that is how you make a medical brew, guys. I just wanted to go over that real quick, like I said, just because we are going to end up using it probably in an upcoming video. Because if you end up doing what I did, which I haven't played this game in forever, if you end up doing what I did and you're on your bird, you're flying around, and you're trying to access your bird's inventory by hitting square like so, but you're an idiot like me and you hit triangle and you fall from really high height, obviously you hurt yourself. If you have these medical brews on you, you can drink one of these bad boys and you get your energy back, your health back right away without needing to eat. It doesn't matter if you need to eat or not. If you want to eat, you can. But if the problem is if your character is not hungry and you're missing health, they will not eat to regain health. They will only eat to regain food. And if when they're getting that food, if they need health, yes, it will give it to them. But if your character is completely full, and I will make sure that mine is, where'd my bird go? Did he land? He did. And I'll even eat one more. So my character is completely full now. No matter how much food I eat, it's not going to do anything at all. If we come up here and we end up jumping off the bird, you can see there's the damage I took. If I eat anything, not giving me health at all because my character is not hungry. So that is what you need the medical brews for. So you can come back in here, drink one of these bad boys. It will fill it up. I don't know. Does it say how much it will fill it up? It does not. But as you can see, even that did not fill us up all the way. So be very careful with that. I also do think that it is on a global cooldown. It is not. It might be when you're in combat, though. I could have swore it was on a global cooldown. So be careful with that, guys. Either way, make sure that you guys are looking at everything as far as the crafting, as far as needing health when you guys do need it, everything like that. Just make sure you're covering all your bases with that. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put everything that I need to back in the refrigerator here. Let's throw out this birthday suit. I don't know why I have it there. Don't care about the dye. We can throw that out. The oil and the poop we can just throw in here for now. And then the rest of the stuff we can go put up as well. So make sure that you guys are hitting that like button if you guys like the video. If you guys learned something, obviously this is going to be only if you are new, like I said. If you are not new to the game, you probably already know this stuff. If you don't know it, I'm glad to help. But of course, like I said, if you are new, that's probably the only way you are learning stuff, because the game has been out for a while. But thanks again for joining me today. Don't forget the like and subscribe button. If you guys want to see more videos, put it down in the comment section. And I will see you guys in the next video.